Crimson Desert is the newest upcoming game from the Black Desert Online developers Pearl Abyss. This game was initially announced 1 year ago, but now we finally have a gameplay video as well as new info that will hopefully shed light on what this game actually is. Is it an MMORPG? Is it a single player RPG with MMO elements tacked on as an excuse for monetization? In this video you'll get my reaction to seeing the gameplay reveal trailer for the first time, as well as my opinions after I had some time to collect my thoughts. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor. Nowadays, with ever-increasing tech censorship, privacy issues, and your every detail being stored online somewhere, it's never been more important to protect your data than now, and what better way to do that than with the most highly rated VPN out there, ExpressVPN. For those of you that don't know what a VPN is, it's basically a piece of software that creates a secure tunnel between your device and the internet, and masks your IP address so it looks like you're browsing from a different location, so your data can't be intercepted by hackers, third parties, or your ISP. ExpressVPN is super easy to use. Just open the application, select the country you want your IP address changed to, click connect, and you're all set. Aside from just protecting myself when browsing the internet, I personally use ExpressVPN to gain access to websites that are blocked outside of my country, such as Funimation for anime, southpark.cc, BBC iPlayer, and different Netflix libraries from other countries. Additionally, due to my location in Thailand, it's sometimes necessary for me to use ExpressVPN to play certain games that are region locked. So if you're interested in making the smart move to join ExpressVPN and have peace of mind when it comes to your data browsing the web, then go to expressvpn/TheLazyPeon or click the link in the description below to find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Okay. Wide open landscapes. Wouldn't expect anything less from Pearl Abyss. Looks very open. I like it. Got ourselves a castle. Hopefully that means castle sieges. Yep, beautiful world by the looks of it. It doesn't look like it's finished, obviously. Still lacking a bit of detail. Diverse biomes. Desert area, you've got the snowy area. Okay. That looks nice. Reminds me of Calpheon. Wow. The muddy dirt roads. Monastery. A little bit elven vibes. Okay, actual gameplay here, is it? Ooh. Leaves blowing off the trees. Walking through the leaves and they're actually moving along the floor. So visually it already looks more detailed than Black Desert, higher graphical fidelity. So, quite a focus on cutscenes. Spoilers for the story. Someone gets betrayed. What's this? Is he opening a portal? Ooh. Here we go, some actual combat gameplay. Looks super impactful, just like Black Desert, very fast paced. Yeah, I'd expect the combat to be very similar to BDO in terms of controls and feel. The classes look a lot different. interesting. I like the throwing other characters around. You can take someone hostage. Okay, it's a new mechanic. What's this? Some kind of Witcher vision did we just see? Puzzles by the looks of it? Okay, I'm down with puzzles. Traps. You can take a boat through a swamp. You can swing on rope? Okay. Climb mountains? Yo, if this game has mountain climbing, I am so hyped. I'm not really seeing any MMORPG elements though. Is this even an MMO, or is this a single player game? Okay, this looks like Castle Sieges. So whether or not that involves other players or if that's part of the main story, it's not too clear. Bloody awesome looking monsters. Okay, jumping on the monster's back, flying a dragon through the sky. So this looks like a definite upgrade from Black Desert if this is an MMORPG. There's a lot more diverse mechanics by the looks of it. Very interesting. Crimson Desert. So is it an MMORPG or not? I don't know. Winter 2021. So this game's coming a lot sooner than many people may have thought. Okay, we need more info. When Dragon's Dogma makes a baby with Dragon Age Inquisition. Yeah, I was getting some Dragon's Dogma vibes when the character jumped on the back of that monster. If it is an MMORPG, the reason we may not have seen any MMO aspects is perhaps they haven't got that far in development yet. This looks bloody incredible. This dragon scene? Yo. I'm on the Crimson Desert Twitter and there's a video here which seems to be an interview with the game's producers, so let's see if we can get more info. So according to this interview, unlike Black Desert combat, there's a lot more hand-to-hand combat that's going to be prevalent in Crimson Desert, such as throwing, grappling, punching, kicking, all of that kind of stuff.
When can fans play Crimson Desert?
Dude, it was in the trailer. Why are you asking that question? That was the most useless interview I've ever watched. 7 minutes and they only asked one relevant question. Whether you intend to or not, your actions will influence the story. The FAQ of their official Discord says it's an open-world action-adventure that combines elements of narrative-driven single-player games with online multiplayer functionality. You will find MMO elements, but single-player experiences that define open-world action adventures are also important to this game. I want to know what MMO elements it has. Article from PC Game here. Crimson Desert gameplay revealed. Black Desert Online meets Dragon's Dogma. In an email with PC Gamer, a spokesperson said that Crimson Desert would still feature a single server, massive open world that players would share. At the same time, players take on the role of a defined protagonist called Macduff, a downtrodden mercenary fighting to reclaim their land instead of the generic make-your-own character you see in most MMOs. Instead of fighting large pack of monsters, there's more of an emphasis on small-scale duels. Yeah, that was something I noticed. I didn't see any AoEing massive packs of mobs. It certainly looked a lot more challenging and 1v1 focused. Pearl Abyss also confirmed that PvP battles, including castle sieges, will be a feature. Okay. I love castle sieges in my MMOs, so if it's got a really good single player story where you complete that, then you get access to the MMO portion of the game. With castle sieges, I'm going to be very, very happy indeed. The reaction to the trailer so far has been overwhelmingly positive. Very, very interesting and super excited to have another big MMO to look forward to in 2021. Looks like it's going to be a better year for MMOs than 2020. So after having some time to digest the new info and trailer for Crimson Desert, my thoughts on the game so far are as follows. I don't think this game will be a successor to Black Desert Online. After reading all the official information, it seems like Pearl Abyss is consistent in making the distinction that the focus of Crimson Desert is on the story-driven single-player experience. Yes, it will have MMO elements, but I haven't seen any recent info of them titling the game an MMORPG. This is in contrast to the info they gave us last year when the game was initially announced. In their trailer from 1 year ago, they titled the game as an MMORPG, and the second to be brought to you by Pearl Abyss, the creators of Black Desert, whereas now they're titling it as just an open world action adventure. Last year at the Pearl Abyss Game Conference, they spoke about the game having a vast amount of content based around a more traditional MMORPG format. In fact, in that conference, they were constantly using the term MMORPG when describing Crimson Desert, and even said this will be Pearl Abyss's next flagship game. It seems like over the past year they've either done a 180 on the scope of the game, or they realised that Black Desert is still very successful and making a ton of money, so it's maybe too soon to make a game that might replace it for many people. I think the single player story looks amazing in Crimson Desert. In the trailer we saw so many diverse mechanics: jumping on monsters, rope swinging, climbing, boating, hand-to-hand combat elements alongside weapon combat, puzzle elements, and riding a giant-ass dragon through the sky. It all looked super epic. I like the change of combat focus from BDO's mindless AoE all the mobs down to a more traditional single target focused action combat system. I think this design leads to more challenging encounters and better immersion for the single player story. Visually, the game seems like an upgrade over BDO. Even though it's made in the same engine, we saw a lot more particle effects, leaves falling from the trees and being brushed aside as characters walk through them, and as far as I could tell, I didn't see any pop-in during the trailer. So the vibe I'm getting so far is the way this game will work is that you will play through the main story, in which you'll play as multiple different mercenaries with their own unique stories and combat styles. When you've finished the story, you'll get access to the MMO part of the game, which is described as a shared world. This leads me to believe that the MMO elements featured in this game might be instanced/queue based. Perhaps once you queue up, you're able to select a pre-made class or mercenary, then go from there. The questions I still have about this game are mostly in relation to the MMO elements. If it's a single-player story game at its core, but also a shared world, are we going to see hundreds of the exact same character running around breaking our immersion, or will we unlock other mercenaries as we progress and be able to switch between them on the fly in the open world? What MMO elements will this game have, and how many players will it involve? The pessimistic side of me is wondering if Pearl Abyss basically designed a single player game, but tacked on the MMO elements as an excuse to add a cash shop to the game so they can charge money for cosmetics and other stuff related to endgame progression. Maybe they saw the success of Genshin Impact and it will turn into a gacha game where you need to collect many different types of mercenaries. Will this game feature content updates through expansions, and will those updates further the story or add to the MMO elements? Hopefully we find out more about Crimson Desert soon, but regardless, even if it's 90% single player, I'll definitely play it, cover it in the future, and give you guys any relevant updates surrounding it. As always, let me know your thoughts on Crimson Desert in the comments below. Is this a game you're excited for, or are you disappointed that it's probably not this massive new MMORPG that we initially thought it might be? Thanks for watching, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you again really soon.